Imagine stepping into a place that feels like an instant sanctuary, a haven of peace and comfort. Can you feel that sense of calm wash over you when you walk into a space that just feels right? But what if your home is actually full of hidden energy, both good and bad, that can either help you grow or hold you back? Have you ever thought about the things you keep in your home, the objects you surround yourself with, and how they affect your mood, energy, and even your future? What if we told you that the way you organize and protect your home could not only bring peace, but also guide you toward a happier, more fulfilled life? Picture this. You walk into your living room and there's a sense of heaviness, almost like a weight you can't see. Could it be the clutter in the corner, the objects from the past, or something deeper that's affecting the vibe of your space? In Buddhist philosophy, your environment plays a huge role in your mental clarity and overall happiness. The energy in your home directly impacts your life. But how do you know if you're keeping the right things? And what should you actually keep safe? The answers might surprise you. Welcome to Wisdom Writings, where today we're diving deep into what you should keep safe in your house. We're not just talking about valuables. We're talking about your home's energy, the spiritual items, and the hidden wisdom that comes from knowing what truly matters. Before we jump into the core of today's topic, if you find this video valuable, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please drop down your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you. As we move forward, remember, the Buddha teaches us to be mindful of what we allow into our lives, and this extends to our homes. So, let's stay positive together. Comment Namo Buddhi below, and keep that good energy flowing as we uncover how to safeguard your home's inner peace and positive energy. Let's begin. Objects that hold karmic weight. What to keep, what to remove. In Buddhism, we believe that every object holds energy, and this energy is not neutral. It's either positive or negative, influencing your thoughts, your emotions, and your very life. Imagine walking into a room filled with items, some that bring you joy and others that weigh heavily on your heart. The things around you are not just stuff, they're powerful reminders of the past, reflections of your present state, and indicators of what your future might look like. Every object in your home carries a piece of karmic energy, and it's important to understand that not everything should be kept. Think for a moment about the objects that fill your home. What do they say about you? Are there things that remind you of pain, regret, or unfinished business? These objects, while seemingly innocent, can hold on to negative energy, and over time, they can accumulate and affect your state of mind. For example, an old picture frame that once held a happy memory, but now brings sadness or resentment. It no longer serves its purpose. Or an item from an old relationship, one that is now a symbol of things you wish to forget. Holding on to these objects isn't just holding on to the past. It's holding on to the energy of that past, preventing you from moving forward. The Buddha teaches us that attachment leads to suffering, and often the things we cling to in our homes are the very things that keep us stuck in cycles of suffering. We must practice detachment, not just with people, but also with objects. You might wonder, but how can I let go of these things? They've been with me for so long. It's understandable, but think about it this way. If you hold on to items that no longer bring you peace or joy, you're carrying unnecessary weight. Just as we clean our minds through meditation, we must also clean our space to create room for new, positive energy. Take a moment to look around you. What do you see? Is there anything that makes you feel uneasy, stressed, or reminded of something painful? It might not be obvious at first, but over time, these objects accumulate and form an energetic clutter that can start to influence your thoughts and your mood. Removing them doesn't mean you forget the past or dismiss the memories associated with them. Instead, it's a way of freeing yourself from the emotional weight they carry. Think about a stone in a river. The water can flow around it, but if the stone is too large, it obstructs the flow. Similarly, objects that carry negative energy block the flow of positivity and peace in your life. Removing or letting go of these items allows the flow of life to continue unimpeded. It creates space for new opportunities, fresh experiences, and new energy to enter your life. Every time you release something that no longer serves you, you make room for something better. Consider a broken object, a vase that's chipped, or a chair that's been cracked. These items don't just represent physical damage. They carry the energy of brokenness. Keeping them around often serves as a reminder of something that is no longer whole. If you hold on to these items, you might find that you subconsciously carry a sense of being incomplete or broken yourself. Letting go of these items is not about being wasteful. It's about making a conscious decision to allow healing and wholeness into your life. Now, let's think about the opposite. What should we keep? Buddhist wisdom encourages us to surround ourselves with things that uplift our hearts and minds. These are the objects that bring you joy, peace, and inspiration. A simple flower vase, an item that was gifted to you by someone you love, or a book that inspires you. These are the items that hold positive energy, and it can help remind you of your best qualities and your potential. Keeping objects that bring positive emotions helps to cultivate an environment that nurtures your well-being and fosters a calm, harmonious atmosphere. It's important to be mindful of the objects that fill your space because they hold power over your state of mind. The Buddha talks about mindfulness in everything we do, and that includes being mindful of what we choose to keep. When you look at an object, take a moment to ask yourself, does this object serve my well-being? Does it bring me peace? If the answer is yes, then it has a place in your home. If it no longer serves you, or if it evokes negative emotions, it might be time to let it go. But it's not just about getting rid of things. It's about cultivating a space that reflects your true self and your highest intentions. You're not discarding memories or people. You're releasing attachments to the energy those objects carry. You're choosing to create an environment where your energy can thrive, where peace can flow freely, and where joy is abundant. This process is not about getting rid of everything. It's about making thoughtful choices, aligning with your values, and creating a space that truly represents who you are in this moment. When you're surrounded by items that make you feel light, joyful, and grateful, your home becomes a sanctuary. A place where you can retreat from the world, restore your energy, and connect with yourself on a deeper level. On the other hand, when your space is filled with things that bring negative associations, you might find yourself feeling drained, distracted, or unsettled. Your home is a reflection of your inner world. If your home is cluttered with items that carry negative energy, it may be harder for you to experience clarity or peace of mind. The concept of karma teaches us that the energy we put into the world and the energy we allow in will come back to us. If your home is filled with objects that carry heavy or unresolved energy, that's the energy you invite into your life. But when you clear out these objects and make space for positivity, you're inviting good karma, good energy, and good things into your life. Your home becomes a place that reflects your aspirations, your values, and the peaceful energy that comes with living a mindful life. So, take a moment to reflect. Look at your space with fresh eyes. Does it reflect your true self? Are the objects around you uplifting and supportive of your journey? Or are there things that weigh you down, that hold on to past hurts, regrets, or negative associations? If there are items that no longer serve you, it might be time to let them go. When you do, you'll be creating space for new beginnings, new opportunities, and new positive energy. Remember, in Buddhism, we practice detachment, not as a way of rejecting the world, but as a way of finding peace amidst it. By consciously choosing what to keep in our homes, we are practicing detachment in a way that nurtures our well-being. Let go of the things that no longer serve you and make room for peace, joy, and positivity. Your home is not just a place to live, it's a reflection of your inner state. Keep it clear and it will support you in your journey toward balance and happiness. Sacred symbols and protective items. Their spiritual roles. In our homes, there are countless items that may appear insignificant at first glance. However, when we bring mindfulness into the way we look at them, we begin to understand that some things hold deeper meanings. Objects, whether simple or ornate, can carry with them sacred energy. This energy is not only something we feel when we look at them, but something that can affect the very atmosphere of our home and our lives. The ancient wisdom of Buddhism teaches us the importance of symbols and objects, both as reminders and as sources of spiritual protection. These items are not just objects. They are carriers of energy and potential. One of the most well-known symbols in Buddhism is the Dharma wheel. This wheel, with its 8 spokes, represents the Noble Eightfold Path, a guide for living a life that leads to freedom from suffering. When you place a Dharma wheel in your home, you're not just placing a decorative object, but an embodiment of wisdom, right action, and the pursuit of enlightenment. It serves as a gentle reminder every day to live with mindfulness, compassion, and understanding. It's as if this simple symbol holds a bridge between you and the eternal truths of life. Similarly, Buddhist statues or images are often placed in homes, acting as a focal point for reflection and meditation. These statues represent the qualities of peace, wisdom, and compassion. A Buddhist statue in your living room or meditation space can serve as an ever-present reminder to be mindful, calm, and centered. It's a visual guide that encourages you to reflect on your thoughts, actions, and words, helping you stay grounded in your daily life. Many people place Buddha statues in their homes to invite peace and protection. The Buddha is often seen as a protector, and his presence in your home can help shield you from negative energy, whether it's from the outside world or from within yourself. Another sacred object is the Tibetan singing bowl. Its sound is said to create vibrations that help clear negative energy and bring the mind into a state of peace. When you place a singing bowl in your home, you're inviting its calming, purifying energy into the space. It's not just an item, it's an experience. The vibrations resonate through the room, filling it with tranquility. Whether you use it for meditation or simply allow it to sit in a quiet corner, its very presence can change the energy of your home. The healing sound of the bowl is like a gentle reminder that, in the chaos of life, peace is always available to you. Then there are prayer flags, often seen hanging outside or inside homes. These colorful flags are more than just decorations. According to Buddhist tradition, they are used to promote peace, compassion, strength, and wisdom. The prayers on the flags are believed to spread blessings with the wind. When you hang prayer flags in your home, you're symbolically inviting good fortune and protection into your life. Each color represents a different element, and each prayer is intended to uplift your space and bring positive energy. Their presence can transform the atmosphere of a room, infusing it with spiritual protection and a sense of connection to the world beyond your immediate surroundings. Buddhist mantras, whether written or spoken, are also powerful protective tools. A mantra, such as Om Mani Padme Hum, is said to have the power to purify and protect. These words, often inscribed on small objects like prayer beads or stones, are more than just sounds. They carry the vibration of compassion, love, and wisdom. When you hold a set of prayer beads or mala in your hands, each bead represents a prayer, a breath, a moment of connection to the universe. These sacred objects serve not just as protection, but as a tool for transformation. They remind us that we can always return to our true nature, no matter how chaotic life may become. Another key Buddhist protective object is the protective amulet. These small, often inconspicuous items are crafted with great care and spiritual intention. Amulets, particularly those given by monks or priests, are thought to contain powerful blessings. When placed in the home, they act as guardians, warding off harmful energies or negative influences. You might find amulets containing symbols like the Vajra, a symbol of indestructible power, or the Wheel of Dharma, symbolizing the unbroken cycle of wisdom and liberation. These symbols, infused with intention, create an energetic shield that protects your home from unseen forces. The bell, often used in Buddhist rituals, is another object that holds deep meaning and protective power. When you place a bell in your home, you're inviting clarity, peace, and protection. The sound of the bell clears negative energy and purifies the environment. It's as if the bell is calling out to the universe, asking for harmony and balance to enter your space. Its ringing can remind you to breathe deeply, center yourself, and reset the energy in the room, much like the sound of a deep, cleansing breath. Incense is yet another object that plays an essential role in creating a spiritually charged environment. In Buddhist tradition, incense is used as an offering to deities and as a way to purify spaces. The smoke that rises from incense is believed to carry prayers to the heavens, while simultaneously cleansing the air of negative energy. By lighting incense in your home, you're inviting a sacred presence, bringing peace and calm into the space. It's more than just a pleasant scent. It's a sacred ritual that can help you reset the energy of your home and mind. Lastly, the lotus flower, both as a symbol and as a physical object, carries significant meaning. The lotus grows in the mud, yet it emerges pure and beautiful. This symbolizes spiritual growth. No matter the difficulties we face, we can rise above them, just as the lotus rises above the mud. Placing a lotus in your home can remind you of your own potential for growth and transformation, no matter the challenges you encounter. It acts as a symbol of purity and enlightenment, bringing peace and serenity to your space. As you bring these objects into your home, it's not just about the physical presence of items. It's about what they represent, the energy they carry, and the intention you place behind them. These sacred symbols and protective items are not mere decor. They're spiritual anchors that help guide you, protect you, and invite peace and balance into your life. They connect you to something greater than yourself, to the eternal truths of Buddhism that teach us how to live mindfully, compassionately, and with wisdom. Your home is a reflection of your mind, your spirit, and your energy. By bringing these sacred objects into your space, you're not just beautifying your surroundings. You're creating an environment that fosters peace, wisdom, and protection. And as you do so, remember to treat these items with respect and gratitude. Their energy is powerful, and when used mindfully, they can guide you on your path toward greater awareness, calm, and fulfillment. So, take a moment to reflect on your own space. What objects do you have that carry sacred meaning for you? How do they affect the energy of your home? Are there things in your space that may no longer serve you or that may carry negative energy? Reflecting on these questions can help you create a home that nurtures not just your physical needs, but your spiritual well-being. Purification tools and ritual items, inviting calm and clarity. In the journey of life, there are times when we feel heavy, burdened by the energy that surrounds us. Our minds are cluttered, our hearts restless, and we long for peace. But what if I told you that you can invite calm and clarity into your life simply by creating the right space and using the right tools in your home? The Buddha teaches us that everything is interconnected. Our external environment affects our internal state, and vice versa. In every corner of your home, energy is at play. There are things that uplift and things that weigh you down. If you find yourself feeling stressed, anxious, or ungrounded, it might be time to take a deeper look at the objects and energies you have allowed into your space. One of the most powerful practices in Buddhism is the use of purification tools, simple yet profoundly effective items that help clear negative energy and invite peace. These tools, although humble, hold great significance. They act as reminders to maintain a balanced mind and to keep the flow of positive energy in our lives. Take, for example, incense. The gentle smoke rising from an incense stick is not just a pleasant fragrance. In many Buddhist traditions, incense is used to purify the air and to clear out any stagnant or negative energy. As the smoke swirls, it symbolizes the clearing of mental and emotional clutter. It is a simple act, but it carries deep meaning. When you light incense in your home, it's like you're inviting clarity, mindfulness, and calm into every room. The scent lingers, and with it, the energy shifts. It helps us to pause, breathe, and reconnect with the present moment. Another purification tool that holds great significance is the bell or gong. The ringing sound of a bell has the ability to cleanse the air and clear negative energies, both in your physical space and in your mind. The sound of the bell, especially in Buddhist rituals, is believed to awaken our consciousness, bringing us into a state of awareness and stillness. When you hear a bell ring, whether in a temple or in your home, it's an invitation to become more present, to let go of distractions, and to center yourself. It serves as a reminder to focus on the moment and to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Water, too, is a purifying element. In many cultures, including Buddhism, water is seen as a symbol of renewal and cleansing. A simple bowl of water placed in the corner of a room or on an altar can help purify the space and promote tranquility. Water is also a symbol of the flow of life, constantly moving, never stagnant. Just as water moves and clears the path in nature, it reminds us to keep our minds fluid and adaptable. The act of cleaning your space is another powerful ritual. When you sweep or dust, it's not just about tidying up, it's a symbolic act of sweeping away negative energy. This simple act helps restore balance, inviting fresh, positive energy into the home. When you clear your physical space, you also clear your mental space, creating a sense of peace and serenity. A key element in Buddhist purification rituals is the use of mantras. These are sacred sounds or words repeated with intention, either silently or aloud. Chanting a mantra, such as Om Mani Padme Hum, can bring peace to your environment. Each sound vibrates, carrying with it a frequency that resonates with calmness and clarity. When you chant, you're not just calming your mind, you're also aligning yourself with the universal flow of positive energy. Mantras help to elevate the atmosphere of your home, creating a sacred space where negativity is dissolved and calm is invited in. In Buddhist practice, the importance of creating a sacred space cannot be overstated. It is not simply about having objects like incense, bells, or water. It's about creating an atmosphere of mindfulness and reverence. When you place these tools in your home, you're actively inviting a peaceful, focused energy into your life. You're saying to the universe, I am open to peace, I am open to healing, and I am open to the flow of positive energy. These tools and rituals are not just about superstition or tradition. They are about cultivating awareness and intention. They are reminders to slow down, to focus, and to bring balance into every corner of your life. They help you create an environment that nurtures your spirit and supports your well-being. By consciously using these items, you remind yourself that your space is sacred, that it's a reflection of your inner world. The process of purification is ongoing. Just as we need to cleanse our bodies and minds, we must also cleanse our homes. It's a way of honoring the space we live in and the energy it holds. Over time, as we use these tools and perform these rituals, we begin to see their effects. We notice how much lighter we feel, how much clearer our minds are, and how much more at peace we become in our environment. Incorporating purification rituals into your daily routine doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as lighting a stick of incense while you meditate, ringing a bell to signal the start of your day, or chanting a mantra as you walk through your home. The more intentional you are with these acts, the more you will feel the energy shift in your space. This is the beauty of purification. It is a simple practice, but it holds immense power. It's about honoring the energy in your home and taking responsibility for the atmosphere you create. When you take care of your space will take care of you. It will support you, nurture you, and provide the calm and clarity you need to live a more balanced, peaceful life. So, take a moment today to look around your home. Are there areas that feel heavy or stagnant? Is there a room where you feel uncomfortable or anxious? Consider using one of the purification tools we've discussed today. Light some incense, ring a bell, or simply place a bowl of water in the corner of the room. With intention and mindfulness, you can shift the energy and create a space that nurtures your well-being. Remember, your home is more than just a physical space. It is a reflection of your inner world, and by purifying your surroundings, you're also purifying your mind and heart. When you create a sacred, peaceful environment, you invite peace into your life. And as the Buddha teaches us, peace is the foundation of wisdom and happiness. Take care of your space, and your space will take care of you. Mindful placement, where you store things, matters. As we continue this journey into the heart of our homes, we must look closely at one of the most important aspects of creating a peaceful, harmonious space: mindful placement. It's easy to think that the way we arrange things in our home doesn't matter. But from a Buddhist perspective, the placement of objects carries deep significance. Every object in your space holds energy, and the way you arrange them can either support or disturb the flow of that energy. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt uneasy, like something wasn't quite right, even though everything looked fine? The truth is, how we arrange our surroundings influences our emotions, thoughts, and actions. It can either make us feel grounded and centered or disoriented and unsettled. This principle is not just about physical arrangement, but also about the balance of energy in your space. The ancient practice of feng shui, which shares many common elements with Buddhist principles, teaches that the flow of energy, called qi or qi, can be disrupted by cluttered spaces or poor arrangement. When energy is blocked, it affects everything from our physical health to our mental well-being. But when the energy flows freely and harmoniously, it nurtures our peace, creativity, and prosperity. In Buddhism, we often speak of balance, simplicity, and mindfulness. The Buddha teaches us to approach everything with intention and awareness. This includes how we arrange our homes. By placing objects in specific locations with purpose, we create spaces that promote clarity, calmness, and positive energy. For example, when you place your bed in a position where your head is aligned with the door, but not directly in line with it, it allows for a sense of protection and peace as you sleep. Similarly, arranging furniture to allow for natural light to fill the room invites positive energy and encourages mental clarity. When it comes to mindful placement, the most important thing is to be aware of the energy each object brings into your space. Is it something that nurtures you, or is it weighing you down with negative memories, clutter, or confusion? Do your possessions support your path to enlightenment, or do they distract you from your true purpose? For example, old and used items can hold on to past energies that may be preventing you from moving forward. Letting go of these things creates space for new, positive experiences and growth. A simple way to begin is by focusing on the things you use daily. Are they placed in a way that makes your life easier, more peaceful, and more joyful? For instance, in Buddhist practice, simplicity is key. There's no need for excess. What's most important is what brings you peace and supports your practice. If your space is filled with clutter, it can become overwhelming, making it harder to focus on what truly matters. The act of decluttering is not just a physical task. It is a spiritual one as well. As you clear out physical items, you also clear your mind and spirit, making room for new insights, clarity, and peace. Consider your living room. the space where you spend time with family, friends, or even in solitude. The arrangement of furniture should promote connection and openness. A couch placed against a wall, for example, can create a sense of security, while an open arrangement encourages communication and togetherness. However, if the room is filled with too many things, it can become stifling. The Buddhist teachings remind us that excess can be a distraction. Too many possessions can cloud our minds and prevent us from seeing clearly. When we think of mindful placement, we must also consider the flow of energy in the entire house. A home that is well organized with purpose, where every item has a place, creates an environment of order. In this environment, energy flows smoothly and effortlessly, creating a sense of tranquility. For instance, a peaceful meditation corner with simple cushions and a small altar can provide you with a dedicated space for reflection and practice. This mindful placement can encourage deeper spiritual connection. Your kitchen, the heart of your home, should also be arranged with care. It's a place of nourishment both physically and energetically. Keeping the kitchen clean and organized not only supports your health, but also encourages a balanced flow of energy. The Buddha often spoke about nourishing the body with healthy food, and a cluttered or disorganized kitchen can bring unnecessary stress. A calm, well-kept kitchen invites peace and harmony, making it easier to prepare nourishing meals with love and gratitude. Every room in your house has the potential to become a reflection of your mind and heart. Think of your space as a mirror of your inner world. If you feel scattered or unsettled, your environment might be reflecting that chaos. In contrast, if your home is serene and uncluttered, it can help bring clarity and focus to your life. This is why mindful placement is so important. It is not just about the physical act of arranging objects, but about creating an environment that aligns with your highest values and supports your personal growth. In Buddhist practice, we also consider the symbolic nature of objects. A Buddha statue, for instance, is not just an ornament. It represents the Buddhist teachings and serves as a reminder of our own potential for awakening. Placing such a statue in a place of honor in your home can serve as a powerful symbol of mindfulness and spiritual awareness. It reminds you to return to your practice, to cultivate kindness, and to seek wisdom in every moment. Similarly, other objects like crystals, incense, or images of nature can have a profound effect on the energy of your home, helping to create a space that fosters peace, clarity, and growth. As you begin to arrange your space with intention, ask yourself, what does this space represent? What is it nurturing in my life? By making these conscious decisions, you can create a home that supports not only your physical well-being, but your spiritual journey as well. It becomes a sanctuary for both body and mind, a place where you can cultivate peace, serenity, and joy. Mindful placement is also about creating harmony between the different elements in your home. In Buddhism, balance is central to the teachings, and this extends to our surroundings. Consider how light, air, and even sound influence the energy in your home. Natural light brings warmth and vitality, while fresh air clears stagnation. The sounds you allow in your space, whether it's the sound of birds, wind chimes, or quiet music, can significantly affect the atmosphere of your home. Be intentional about these elements, creating a balanced, harmonious environment. The act of mindful placement is a reflection of our ability to live with intention and awareness in every area of our lives. As we place our belongings with care, we also place our intentions into our lives. We're not just organizing things, we're cultivating an environment that nurtures peace, mindfulness, and balance. When we're mindful of where and how we place things, we are also reminding ourselves to be present, to engage with the world in a way that is rooted in awareness and respect for all that is around us. So, as you continue to organize and place items in your home, remember that each decision carries energy. Be thoughtful in your actions, and allow your home to become a reflection of your inner peace. Every corner, every object, and every space has the potential to support your well-being, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Make your home a place of balance, a sanctuary where you can thrive, and a reflection of the peaceful, mindful life you are working to create. Items that attract abundance. A Buddhist perspective on wealth. As a Zen master, I have spent years observing how the energy of abundance moves within the universe. It is not just about material wealth, but the wealth of life itself. Joy, love, peace, and harmony. Every item you bring into your home carries its own energy. Some attract abundance, while others create obstacles. But how do you know what to keep and what to let go? It's a matter of understanding the deeper connection between what you possess and how it shapes your life. In Buddhism, we often speak about right livelihood, living in a way that honors both ourselves and the world around us. But the question arises, how do we balance material wealth with spiritual growth? The key lies in your intention. When you bring something into your home, ask yourself, does this item bring peace, joy, or positivity into my life? Or does it tie me to past attachments or desires that no longer serve me? True abundance doesn't simply come from the things you own, but from the mindset you nurture and how you treat the things that surround you. Look around you. The furniture, the decorations, the trinkets. Do they speak to you of comfort, peace, and joy? Or do they carry the weight of old memories, stress, or unresolved emotions? Every object in your home holds the potential to either increase or decrease your sense of abundance. Buddha teaches us to live with detachment, but not to the point where we shut out the gifts that life has to offer. By surrounding yourself with the right items, you create an environment where abundance can flow freely. This can include everything from a warm, inviting couch that brings you comfort after a long day to a piece of art that inspires creativity. But it's not just about what's visible. There's an unseen energy in objects. Consider the role of plants, for example. In Buddhism, plants symbolize life and growth. They bring natural energy into your space, attracting not just physical wealth, but also spiritual and emotional prosperity. The simple act of caring for a plant, of nurturing it, is a practice of mindfulness and abundance. In some cultures, plants like bamboo and jade are considered symbols of luck and prosperity. These plants are not mere decorations. They're living reminders of the cycles of life, growth, and renewal. Another aspect of attracting abundance in your home involves the concept of space. You see, when your space is cluttered or disorganized, it can block the flow of good energy. When things are packed into every corner, when items are stacked on top of each other, the energy in your home stagnates. Buddhists practice the art of simplicity or Zen living. This is not about deprivation, but rather about creating a space that reflects clarity and openness, where abundance can move freely. A cluttered space often reflects a cluttered mind, and when you free up physical space, you also free up mental and emotional space. Abundance also ties closely to gratitude. When you look at the things you have, do you feel thankful for them, or do you take them for granted? Buddha teaches that gratitude opens the door to receiving more. In your home, take a moment each day to appreciate the things around you, whether it's the food on your table, the roof over your head, or the people in your life. When you approach your possessions with gratitude, you invite more abundance into your life. This doesn't just apply to material things, but to the relationships, experiences, and opportunities that come your way. Think about the objects that truly bring you joy. It could be a family heirloom that connects you to your ancestors, a book that has taught you valuable lessons, or a simple candle that fills your home with warmth. These items have energy. They resonate with the vibration of love, wisdom, and peace. They serve as reminders of what truly matters in life, guiding you towards living a fuller, more meaningful existence. They're not just things. They're symbols of the abundance that life has already given you. On the other hand, there are things that drain our energy. Old, broken items, gifts that no longer serve us, or objects connected to past wounds and regrets can hold us back. These items carry an energy that can tie us to the past, keeping us from fully embracing the present moment. When we hold on to things out of obligation, guilt, or fear, we close ourselves off to the flow of abundance. Letting go of these items is a way of cleansing your space and inviting in fresh, positive energy. It's an act of self-love and self-respect. In Buddhism, the practice of generosity is a powerful tool for creating abundance in your life. When you share what you have, whether it's material possessions, time, or love, you open yourself to receiving more. The act of giving is a way of acknowledging the abundance you already possess. It is through giving that we experience the true richness of life. But this doesn't mean you should give away everything you own. Rather, it's about giving from a place of abundance, where you feel the joy of sharing, not the burden of loss. You might wonder, how does this all relate to wealth? True wealth is not about accumulating more things. It's about cultivating a mindset that appreciates what you already have. It's about nurturing a sense of abundance within. And this starts by being mindful of what you allow into your space. The more you align yourself with positive energy, the more you will naturally attract prosperity in all its forms. Incorporating this Buddhist perspective into your daily life involves a shift in consciousness. It's about being intentional with what you keep in your home. Is it contributing to your growth, your happiness, your peace of mind? Or is it holding you back? The items that attract abundance are those that align with your values, your aspirations, and your sense of self. Surround yourself with things that elevate your spirit and create a sense of harmony, and the energy of abundance will naturally follow. In your home, seek out the items that inspire you. Choose those that uplift you and remind you of the beauty and potential of life. Let go of the things that weigh you down or no longer serve your highest good. In this way, your home will become a sanctuary, a place where the flow of abundance is always present, where your heart and mind can rest and rejuvenate. Remember, the path to abundance is not a destination, but a journey. It begins with being present, with noticing what you have, and with appreciating the beauty in every moment. By practicing mindfulness in how you relate to your possessions and surroundings, you cultivate an energy of abundance that reaches far beyond material wealth. It is a wealth that enriches your soul, that brings you closer to your true nature, and that connects you with the infinite blessings of the universe. When you live in alignment with the principles of abundance, you begin to see that it is not something to be chased, but something to be embraced. True wealth lies in the richness of your experiences, the love you give and receive, and the peace you cultivate within yourself and your surroundings. Let your home be a reflection of that wealth, a space where abundance is always present, not just in things, but in your spirit. Heirlooms, gifts, and memory-laden objects handle with wisdom. In our lives, there are certain objects that hold more than just material value. They hold stories, memories, and connections to people and places that shaped who we are. These items are more than just physical possessions. They are a bridge between the past and the present, carrying with them the energy of those who gifted them to us or the memories they represent. But in the same breath, we must be mindful of the weight they carry. As much as they are a part of us, they also hold power over us. In Buddhism, we are taught to not be attached to things. Yet, how do we navigate the delicate balance between holding on to these precious items without letting them control our lives? Heirlooms are one of the most sacred items we can keep in our homes. They often come from ancestors or loved ones, carrying with them a lineage, a history that speaks to our roots. These objects have witnessed countless moments of joy and sorrow, success and failure, birth and death. They are imbued with the energy of those who once held them. In a way, they carry forward the wisdom and teachings of those who came before us. The Buddha teaches us to honor our past, but not to cling to it. We must learn to cherish these items without letting them become a burden or a source of attachment. A simple object like an old photograph, a piece of jewelry passed down through generations, or even an antique book can be an heirloom. When you hold these items, do you feel a sense of gratitude? Do you connect with the love and care that went into keeping them safe through the years? Or do you feel the weight of expectation, the pressure to preserve them at all costs? These heirlooms are meant to be a reminder of the wisdom of our ancestors, not a shackle that ties us to the past. The energy they hold can either uplift us or burden us, depending on how we relate to them. The same principle applies to gifts. Gifts are a form of love and connection. They carry with them the energy of the giver's intentions. If someone gives you something with love and care, that object becomes a symbol of that bond. But if you hold on to gifts out of a sense of obligation, or because you fear the giver's disappointment, the object can become a source of negative energy. The Buddha's teachings remind us that true gratitude comes not from possession, but from the act of receiving with an open heart and mind. When we hold on to gifts, we must ask ourselves, am I keeping this because it brings me joy, or am I keeping it out of a sense of duty? Take a moment and reflect on the gifts you've received throughout your life. How do they make you feel? Do you cherish them, or do they weigh you down? The key here is not to discard the items thoughtlessly, but to approach them with mindfulness. Every object in your home should serve a purpose, either as a tool for happiness or a reminder of love. If a gift or heirloom no longer serves that purpose, it may be time to let it go. But letting go doesn't mean abandoning the memory or the connection it represents. It simply means allowing that object to be free from the energy of attachment so that it can continue its journey, and you can continue yours. In Buddhism, we are reminded that attachment is the root of suffering. When we cling to objects, whether they are heirlooms, gifts, or any other possessions, we create an attachment that binds us to the material world. This attachment can keep us from fully experiencing the present moment, as our minds are preoccupied with holding onto the past. But it's not the object itself that causes suffering, it's our attachment to it. When we learn to view these objects with the eyes of impermanence, we can honor them without becoming enslaved by them. Every item, no matter how sentimental, is temporary. And this understanding gives us the freedom to love these items for what they represent, without holding on to them for fear of losing them. There is a beautiful concept in Buddhism known as samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Just as we must accept the impermanence of life, we must also accept the impermanence of the things in our lives. Objects, like people, are born and eventually pass away. This doesn't mean we should treat them carelessly. Rather, it means we should love them without fear, without the need to possess them. Let go of the fear that if you lose an heirloom or gift, you will lose the memory or the person behind it. The true essence of these items is not in their physical form, but in the love and wisdom they embody. When we let go of attachment, we allow ourselves to live more freely, with open hearts and minds. The act of keeping certain heirlooms or gifts should be a conscious decision made from a place of love and gratitude. It should not come from a place of fear, guilt, or obligation. If an item no longer brings you peace, joy, or a sense of connection, it may be time to let it go, with gratitude for the lessons and memories it has provided. In Buddhism, there's a deep understanding that the things we hold onto must also hold space for the things that come next in our lives. We must make room for new experiences, new lessons, and new relationships. This is not about forgetting the past. It's about embracing the flow of life and allowing ourselves to grow. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is the ability to release what no longer serves you. Whether it's an heirloom that no longer fits your life or a gift that has lost its meaning, The power lies in your ability to release it with grace. And in doing so, you make space for new opportunities, new energy, and new beginnings. In Buddhism, this is known as letting go of attachment, and it's one of the most profound acts of freedom you can experience. It's not about throwing away memories, but about living with a heart that is open to what the present has to offer. To truly honor the gifts and heirlooms we have, we must treat them with respect. But respect doesn't mean holding on to something forever if it no longer aligns with who we are. Respect means acknowledging the energy, the love, and the memories that an object holds, and making sure it continues to serve a positive purpose in our lives. If it no longer does, it may be time to release it, knowing that it has fulfilled its role in your journey. In the end, the wisdom of Buddhism teaches us that it's not the objects we accumulate that bring us happiness or fulfillment. It's our ability to live with mindfulness and awareness. It's the relationships, the love, and the moments we cherish, not the things we possess. When we let go of our attachments and release the need to hold on to everything, we open ourselves up to a life of greater peace, clarity, and freedom. So, as you reflect on the heirlooms, gifts, and memory-laden objects in your home, ask yourself, are these things serving you? Or are they weighing you down? Are they helping you live with mindfulness? Or are they holding you to the past? By examining these questions with the eyes of a Zen practitioner, you'll begin to see your possessions not just as items, but as part of the energy of your life's journey. And with that understanding, you'll know exactly what to keep and what to release, making your home a place of true peace and wisdom. Forgotten corners and hidden negativity. The power of awareness. Let me tell you something that may surprise you. Your home, the space where you live every day, holds more than just physical objects. It holds energy, stories, and memories that shape your life. The corners you overlook, the clutter you ignore, all of these little places carry their own weight, whether you realize it or not. We often focus on the things we can see, furniture, decor, electronics, but there's more happening in the unseen areas of our home that we may not even be aware of. The forgotten corners of your home, as we call them, hold a certain kind of negativity if left unchecked. Have you ever noticed how walking into a room that's cluttered or disorganized can instantly make you feel drained or uneasy? This feeling isn't just because of the mess. It's because energy, or chi, gets stuck in places where there is too much clutter or stagnation. These areas can become filled with negative energy, and if left unchecked, they can influence your mood and your life. The same goes for objects that no longer serve you, or have become broken or forgotten. We often don't realize that these items are contributing to the buildup of negative energy in the spaces we occupy. Now, think about those spaces in your home where things tend to pile up. Maybe it's a small drawer that you keep putting off cleaning, a closet that you never seem to get around to organizing, or even an area of your living room that's been neglected for months. Over time, these places accumulate more than just physical items. They collect dust, energy, and the weight of forgotten intentions. We tend to ignore these parts of our home because they're out of sight, but in Buddhism, we believe that everything around us affects us, whether we realize it or not. In Buddhist practice, the concept of mindfulness extends beyond just your thoughts and actions. It includes your environment as well. Being mindful of your space means being aware of how the energy in your home affects you. If there's stagnation, chaos, or clutter in your space, it will affect your inner peace. This is why it's so important to regularly clear and refresh the corners of your home that you've neglected. It's about bringing life back into those areas, and by doing so, you're bringing balance to your mind as well. When you walk into a room that feels peaceful, calm, and uncluttered, you can immediately sense it. The energy in that space flows freely, and it creates a harmonious environment that supports your well-being. But when there's clutter, or worse, forgotten and neglected spaces, the energy is trapped, and it can feel heavy. This heaviness may not always be noticeable at first, But over time, it can start to affect your mood, your thoughts, and even your relationships. These negative energies can subtly influence your mental state without you even realizing it. Think of it like this. Your mind is like a clear lake. When everything is peaceful, the water is still, and you can see to the bottom. But if you throw stones into the lake, it creates ripples and makes the water murky. Those stones are like negative energy, small, unnoticed things that build up over time and create disturbances. Your home is no different. The things you neglect, the forgotten corners, are like those stones. They disrupt the natural flow of positive energy. In the practice of mindfulness, the first step is awareness. To change anything in your life, you first need to become aware of what's happening around you. The same goes for your home. Are there corners or spaces that are cluttered? Are there areas where negative energy is being stored because they've been left untouched for too long? Pay attention to the way these spaces make you feel. When you notice a sense of discomfort, a heaviness, or a sense of unease when you enter a certain area, it's a sign that the energy in that space needs attention. One of the simplest and most effective ways to clear this negative energy is to clean and organize those forgotten corners. It's not just about tidying up. It's about consciously clearing the stagnant energy that may have built up there. As you clean, imagine that you're also cleaning your mind. Picture the negative thoughts and feelings that have been accumulating in that space being swept away, leaving behind clarity and peace. The process of decluttering is a mindful act. It's an opportunity to let go of things that no longer serve you, whether they are physical items or the emotions and attachments connected to them. In Buddhist teachings, we are reminded to let go of attachment to material things. This doesn't mean we shouldn't cherish the things we have, but rather that we shouldn't hold onto them tightly, especially if they bring negative energy into our lives. By letting go of things we no longer need, we create space for new energy to flow in. Take a moment to think about how you feel when you enter a room that's freshly cleaned and organized. It's refreshing, isn't it? There's a sense of peace, like the room itself is breathing again. The same thing happens when you tend to the forgotten corners in your home. When you clear those spaces, you make room for new energy, new experiences, and new opportunities. You allow the positive, uplifting energy to flow freely, just like a fresh breeze blowing through an open window. It's also important to remember that this process doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need to tackle every forgotten corner all at once. Start small, with just one area, and gradually move through your space. Take your time with each corner, being mindful of the energy you're shifting and the changes you're inviting into your home. With each area you clear, you'll notice that your mind becomes clearer too. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of creating an environment that supports your spiritual practice and personal growth. If your home is filled with negativity or stagnant energy, it can hinder your progress. By consciously tending to the forgotten corners, you are nurturing your environment to align with your intentions for peace, harmony, and spiritual growth. So, next time you walk through your home, take a moment to notice the spaces you usually overlook. Pay attention to how they make you feel. Do they bring a sense of calm, or do they leave you feeling drained? Trust your instincts, and when you feel the need, clear out those forgotten corners. Your home is your sanctuary, and by treating it with the mindfulness and care it deserves, you create a space that truly supports your well-being. Let go of the clutter, let go of the negativity, and make room for peace to flow freely in every corner of your home. Remember, this isn't just about tidying up. It's about creating a mindful space where your energy can align with the peacefulness you seek. So, take action today. Clear out the forgotten corners, and let your home become a reflection of the calm, balanced mind you are cultivating. With every mindful step, you're not just clearing your home. You're clearing your path to a more peaceful and fulfilled life. Decluttering the mind through the home. Zen principles in action. Come closer, my friend. Let me tell you something very simple, but very deep. What you see around you is not separate from what is within you. Your home is not just a place to sleep, eat, or rest. It is a reflection of your mind. If your space is full, scattered, loud, or dusty, your thoughts too may feel that way. The more crowded the outside, the more restless the inside becomes. This is why in Zen, we begin with the space before we begin with the self. Let me ask you this. Have you ever walked into a room and felt tired, even though you just woke up? Or tried to think clearly, but your eyes kept moving from one thing to the next, like they were being pulled by invisible strings? That, my friend, is the energy of clutter. Not just physical clutter, but mental noise that settles around you like dust. Zen is not about making your home perfect. It is about making your space peaceful, so your heart can finally breathe. You don't need to throw everything away. That is not the Zen way. Zen is not extreme. It is not about emptying your life of all objects. It is about keeping only what supports your peace. Look at your shelf. Is that object helping you feel light? Or does it pull you into the past with heavy memories? Look at your table. Are those things there because you use them with joy? Or because you forgot they were there? Many people keep things just in case they need them someday. But Zen teaches us, someday is not today. If you have not needed it for a long time, perhaps you are storing not an item, but a fear. And when fear fills your home, peace has no room to stay. Sometimes a single drawer holds so many decisions you didn't want to make. Old papers, broken tools, forgotten trinkets. These are not just things. They're choices you delayed. When you clean them, something shifts. It is as if your heart finally says, now I can move forward. In Buddhist teaching, there's a concept called non-attachment. Many misunderstand it. It does not mean to own nothing. It means not to be owned by anything. When your belongings have too much of your energy, they start to control you. When you walk through your home, do you feel free? Or do you feel watched by the things you once loved, but no longer need? The Zen home is not a showroom. It is not cold, or perfect, or silent. It is alive, and it breathes with you. Each item has a place. Each thing brings light. There is space between the objects, just as there should be space between your thoughts. The stillness in the room helps create stillness in the mind. You may think this is only about organizing, but no. It is deeper. When you let go of the unnecessary, your inner self begins to trust that everything is enough. You begin to feel that you are enough. You are not missing anything. You are not fallen behind. The silence in your space reminds you that you are already whole. Sometimes people say, I'll clean when I feel better. But the truth is, cleaning is how we begin to feel better. The movement of hands, the sorting of things, the decision to let go. It clears not just shelves, but thoughts. It gives your day rhythm. It gives your mind a gentle purpose. Even a small act, a single corner cleaned, a single shelf made simple, can be a powerful practice. It does not matter how fast you go. Zen is not a race. One breath at a time, one drawer at a time, one step toward peace again and again. Let's say you have something from a person who hurt you. You kept it because it was expensive, or because it was beautiful. But every time you see it, your heart tightens. My dear friend, is that beauty worth your peace? In Zen, we choose peace. Always. There's a saying, tidy room, tidy mind. But in Zen we go further. We say, clear space, clear heart. For the heart is where awareness lives. When the heart is full of distractions, we cannot listen to the quiet voice inside. That voice that says, slow down, be here, let go. Look at your home today, not with judgment, but with kindness. It is not about being neat. It is about being free. Ask yourself, does this help me breathe? If it does, keep it. If it doesn't, thank it and let it go. And do not forget, the act of cleaning can be a meditation. You do not need incense or chant to be mindful. Even folding clothes with awareness, even sweeping with presence, becomes a sacred act. Your hands become the prayer. Your space becomes the temple. Sometimes, after decluttering, people cry. They do not always know why. But I will tell you, it is the soul releasing weight it was carrying for too long. Let out, let pass, and breathe again. And when your home becomes light, your step becomes light. You wake up easier. You sit down more softly. You begin to notice the light in the window, the warmth in your tea, the quiet between your thoughts. This is Zen. This is how we declutter not just our homes, but our lives. So walk gently through your home today. Touch each item with awareness. Speak to it in your heart. Ask it if it still belongs with you. And listen, because your space, just like your mind, has something sacred to say. Creating a space for meditation and peace. What to include? Creating a space for meditation in your home is one of the most powerful ways to invite peace, calm, and clarity into your life. But the beauty of this practice is not just about setting aside time to meditate. It's about creating an environment that nurtures your mind and spirit, a place where the energy is right, where you can fully engage with yourself and find that stillness that the world so often steals away. Imagine a room or a corner in your home where the air feels lighter, where the chaos of everyday life fades away as soon as you step in. It's not just the physical space, but the energy you cultivate within it. When you meditate, it's like tuning into the deepest part of yourself. But in order to do that, you need a space that supports that inner journey. Without the right setting, distractions will creep in, and the mind will remain restless, never finding the stillness it seeks. First, consider the location. Where do you feel most peaceful in your home? Is it by a window where natural light floods in? Or perhaps in a quiet corner, away from the hustle and bustle? The place doesn't need to be large, but should feel sacred. It should be a space where you can feel safe, where nothing disturbs your energy. This could be a small area in your bedroom, a quiet corner of the living room, or even a nook near a window or garden. The point is to choose a spot that feels comfortable and peaceful, where you can fully immerse yourself in your practice. Now let's talk about the atmosphere. To meditate properly, your space should be clean, uncluttered, and free from distractions. If you have objects around that hold negative energy or remind you of stress, remove them. Keep only those items that inspire calm and clarity. For example, a simple cushion or mat for sitting, some candles or incense for a soothing scent, or even a small altar with objects that have spiritual meaning for you. These little touches can transform an ordinary space into a sacred one, where your body and mind can relax and focus. Lighting is another important factor. In Buddhism, light is a symbol of wisdom and enlightenment. The lighting in your space should reflect that idea, soft, gentle, and not too harsh. Natural light is always best, but if that's not possible, consider using lamps with warm tones or candles that cast a calming glow. Avoid bright, fluorescent lights that can be jarring to the senses. Lighting should help soothe your mind, signaling that it's time to slow down and go inward. Sound also plays a crucial role in creating the right environment for meditation. Silence is often the best sound, but if that's not possible, you can introduce calming sounds. Consider a small water fountain, the sound of wind chimes, or even soft, instrumental music. Buddhist meditation often uses chanting or mantras, so if that resonates with you, you might want to include a singing bowl or mala beads for your practice. These sounds can help you center yourself, draw your attention away from the distractions of the outside world, and into the present moment. Then, there's the idea of the sacredness of the space. In Buddhism, we believe that certain objects and symbols carry spiritual power, and by having them in your meditation space, you invite positive energy. Statues or images of Buddha or other enlightened beings can serve as reminders of wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. These symbols don't just decorate the space. They hold a deep significance, creating an atmosphere of reverence and stillness. You don't need many objects, just a few meaningful ones that bring you back to the core of your practice. Another crucial element is the temperature and air quality of your space. You want the environment to be comfortable, not too hot or cold, but just right. Air that feels fresh and clean will allow you to breathe deeply, which is key to effective meditation. If you have plants in your meditation space, they can help purify the air and add to the calming atmosphere. In Buddhism, nature is a constant source of inspiration, and plants bring life and vitality into your space, fostering a sense of growth and renewal. As you sit down to meditate, it's important to take a moment to arrive in the space. When you enter your meditation area, do so with mindfulness. Take a few deep breaths before you even begin your practice. You can take a moment to acknowledge the space you've created and give thanks for the stillness and the peace it offers you. Just as you cleanse your mind of distractions, allow your physical space to be a sanctuary for the soul. With each breath, allow yourself to feel more present, more connected, and more at ease. The idea behind creating this peaceful space is to cultivate an environment that aligns with your inner peace. Your home is an extension of yourself, and by taking the time to set up a sacred space for meditation, you're consciously inviting peace, clarity, and balance into your life. It's not just about finding a quiet place. It's about creating a space that encourages the stillness of the mind, the clarity of thought, and the cultivation of inner wisdom. As you continue with your practice, your space will become more than just a physical location. It will become a powerful tool for your personal growth. Every time you enter that space, it's a reminder to reconnect with your true nature, to quiet the mind, and to open your heart. Over time, the energy in that space will become familiar, and every time you sit down, you'll feel the peace and calm that you've cultivated there. Remember, the key to a successful meditation space isn't about perfection. It's not about having the most beautiful or luxurious space. It's about creating a place where you can consistently return to yourself. It's a place of simplicity, where you can tune into the present moment without distraction. It's a place that nurtures your spiritual growth, allows you to disconnect from the world, and helps you reconnect with your deeper self. In the end, the space you create for meditation becomes a reflection of your own journey toward inner peace. Just as we cultivate stillness in our minds, we also cultivate it in our environment. As we sit in stillness, we allow ourselves to become more aware of the subtle energies around us. And in doing so, we learn to bring that awareness into our daily lives, making each moment a meditation of its own. Your meditation space is not just a corner of your home. It is a sanctuary for your soul, a place where you can tap into the deepest parts of yourself. When you set up your space with mindfulness and intention, you're creating a sacred ritual, a return to your true nature. And in this space, you will find the peace, clarity, and wisdom that you seek, protecting your home energetically beyond physical safety. Our home is not just a physical structure. It is a living space, an energetic field where we spend our time, relax, and, more importantly, recharge. We often focus on making sure our house is physically safe, locking the doors, installing alarms, and ensuring all the windows are secure. But how often do we think about the unseen energy that surrounds us, the energy that flows through the rooms and the very walls we live in? In Buddhist teachings, everything is interconnected. The energy of the environment has a direct impact on your state of mind, your emotions, and ultimately your life. Imagine that your home, like the body, could be either well-maintained and healthy or cluttered and filled with stagnant energy. Just like a body needs to be cleansed to stay healthy, so too does your home need to be energetically protected. The idea of protecting your home energetically is about more than just maintaining the physical space. It's about keeping your surroundings in balance and harmony, allowing the flow of positive energy and preventing any negative forces from entering. If you've ever walked into a room and instantly felt uncomfortable, or if you've noticed that certain areas of your home seem to feel heavy or draining, you've experienced the power of energy. These unseen forces can impact your mood, your relationships, and even your physical health over time. So, how do you protect your home energetically? The first step is becoming aware of the energy in each room. Take a moment to pause and tune in to the atmosphere of your home. Does it feel calm, open, and peaceful? Or is there an underlying tension, a sense of chaos, or a heaviness in the air? You don't need to be a spiritual expert to feel it. Just trust your senses, your intuition. What feels right? What doesn't? Buddhism teaches us the importance of mindfulness. Mindfulness is not just something you practice when you meditate. It extends into every part of your life, including the way you care for your home. When you bring mindfulness to your space, you begin to notice the little things, the clutter in the corner, the old furniture that no longer serves you, or the dust that is gathered in forgotten places. These are not just physical things, they carry energy. When you allow these things to accumulate, they create stagnant energy in your space. This stagnation can eventually affect your mood and your overall well-being. One of the most powerful ways to clear the energy in your home is through decluttering. By getting rid of items that no longer serve a purpose, you create space for new energy to flow in. Think of your home as a vessel for your thoughts and feelings. If the vessel is full of unnecessary objects, it can become heavy and slow. But if it's clean and open, it invites fresh energy to enter. Decluttering doesn't just mean throwing things away. It means being intentional with what you keep. Does this item bring you joy, or is it just taking up space? Is it helping you grow or hindering your peace? In Buddhism, the concept of detachment is essential. By detaching from material possessions that no longer serve you, you free yourself from the attachment to the past and open yourself to new possibilities. Another key practice in protecting your home energetically is the use of symbols and objects that invite positive energy. In Buddhist tradition, certain objects are believed to have the power to attract good fortune and protection. These might include statues of Buddha, prayer flags, or sacred mantras written on paper or wood. These symbols serve as reminders of your intention to cultivate peace and balance in your life. They can also act as guardians, protecting your home from negative forces. The placement of these objects is just as important as the objects themselves. In feng shui, an ancient Chinese practice of arranging spaces, it's believed that the way you arrange your furniture, the colors you choose, and the symbols you place in your home can all influence the flow of energy. Similarly, in Buddhism, there's an emphasis on creating a space that is in harmony with the natural elements and the flow of life. If you have an altar or a dedicated space for meditation, that's a powerful tool for inviting positive energy into your home. This space should be clean, clutter-free, and filled with items that inspire peace and mindfulness. The energy in this sacred space should be protected and nurtured as it reflects your own inner state. By taking care of this space, you're taking care of your own spiritual well-being. Sound is another important element in the energetic protection of your home. In Buddhism, sound is used in many rituals to purify spaces and to call in positive energy. The ringing of bells, the chanting of mantras, and the use of singing bowls all serve to shift the energy of space. The vibrations from these sounds help clear out negative energy and invite in peace and healing. You can use sound in your home as well, whether it's through the use of calming music, the ringing of a bell, or even just the sound of your own voice as you chant or meditate. Another powerful tool for protecting your home's energy is through the use of incense or sage. The practice of burning incense is deeply rooted in Buddhist tradition. The smoke is believed to purify the air, remove negative influences, and invite positive energy. Sage is often used in other spiritual traditions for similar purposes, and its scent is said to clear away stagnant energy. When you burn incense or sage in your home, you're actively cleansing your space and making it a place of peace and serenity. It's important to remember that the energy in your home is constantly shifting. Even after you've taken steps to clear the negative energy, you must continue to maintain the energetic balance of your space. The energy of your home is influenced by your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, that energy will naturally be reflected in your environment. Similarly, if you're peaceful and mindful, your home will naturally reflect that calm energy. In Buddhism, it's taught that we are not separate from the world around us. The way we live and the energy we emit has an impact on everything. By protecting your home energetically, you are also protecting yourself. You are creating a space that nurtures your mind, body, and spirit, a place where you can grow and thrive. Protecting your home energetically doesn't require a lot of effort or time. It's about making small, conscious changes that allow for the free flow of energy. It's about being mindful of the objects, sounds, and even the emotions that fill your space. The energy of your home can be a reflection of your inner state. So by protecting it, you're also protecting your peace of mind and well-being. In the end, a home is more than just a place to live. It's a sanctuary, a reflection of your soul, a place where you can rest and restore. By protecting the energy of your home, you are creating a space that allows you to connect with your deeper self, find peace in the present moment, and ultimately live a life of greater clarity, purpose, and happiness. Remember, your home is a direct reflection of your inner world. If you create a space filled with peace, positivity, and good energy, it will support you in ways you may not even fully understand. But by being intentional with the energy you invite into your space, you are cultivating an environment that nurtures your well-being and allows you to live with clarity and mindfulness. So, take a moment today to look around your home. What energy are you inviting in? What do you need to clear out? How can you make your home a more peaceful and energetic space? Trust that with a little mindfulness and intention, you can create a sanctuary that not only protects you, but helps you thrive in every aspect of your life. Living with intent, a Buddhist conclusion to what we keep. As we come to the final part of our journey, take a moment to reflect on everything we've explored together. From the objects in our home to the energy that fills each room, we've uncovered how deeply our living space can impact our lives. But now we're at the heart of it all, the essence of living with intent. This is where the true magic happens. Imagine, for a moment, that you live every day with purpose, that every decision you make is aligned with your true values. You don't simply react to what happens. Instead, you act with mindfulness, choosing what brings you peace, joy, and clarity. When we live with intent, we become more than just passive participants in life. We become active creators of our environment, curating it with the understanding that our surroundings shape us just as much as we shape them. In Buddhism, intention is everything. The Buddha taught that all actions, whether physical or mental, begin with intent. Just like the smallest pebble causes ripples in a pond, our thoughts and actions send waves throughout our lives. What we choose to bring into our home, how we organize it, and how we care for it, all of it has the power to influence our journey. This is not just about keeping things safe for the sake of protection. It's about creating a space that reflects who we truly are and supports the life we aspire to lead. But let's be clear, living with intent isn't about being rigid or controlling every moment. It's about awareness. It's about stepping back and realizing that the things we hold dear, the objects that fill our space, are not just material possessions. They carry meaning. Some carry memories, others carry energy. And in the Buddhist practice, every object in your home is a reflection of your inner state. So, the question we must ask ourselves is, what do we want these objects to reflect? What do we want our home to say about who we are? The Buddha often spoke of the importance of simplicity. He didn't live a life of excess. He understood that attachment to material things can cloud our minds, leaving us distracted and disconnected from our true purpose. In our homes, this idea of simplicity is crucial. It doesn't mean we should live in a barren space with no comforts, but it does mean that we should be mindful of the things we surround ourselves with. Every item we choose to keep should add value to our life, whether it's in the form of functionality, beauty, or emotional connection. If you've been following along, you've likely already started to think about the items in your home that don't serve you anymore. Perhaps there are things that no longer hold meaning, or things that create negative energy. Living with intent means being brave enough to let go of what doesn't align with who you are today. It's about freeing yourself from attachments that no longer serve your higher good. But it's also about recognizing what truly brings joy. If an object sparks happiness, if it supports your well-being, it has a place in your space. It might be a small item, a gift from a loved one, a photograph, a piece of art that resonates with your spirit. It might be something as simple as a comfortable chair where you can sit and reflect. These items are not mere decorations. They are part of your story, part of your journey. As you reflect on your own home, ask yourself, does it bring you peace? Does it uplift you? Or does it weigh you down? This is the key to living with intent. Creating a space that nurtures you, that promotes growth, and that reflects your true self. Your home should be a place where you can relax, rejuvenate, and restore your energy, not a place that adds to your stress. In Buddhism, we are constantly reminded of the impermanence of life. Everything is in a state of change. Our thoughts, our bodies, and yes, even our homes are subject to the laws of impermanence. Nothing is permanent. So, we must learn to approach life with a light touch, understanding that what we hold on to today might not be as meaningful tomorrow. This doesn't mean we don't cherish what we have. It means we hold on to things with an open heart, ready to let go when the time is right. Living with intent also requires us to be mindful of how we treat our space. The way we maintain our home says a lot about how we treat ourselves. Do we care for it with respect, or do we neglect it? Do we take the time to clean, organize, and create a peaceful environment? When we care for our home with intention, we are also caring for ourselves. We are showing ourselves that we deserve a space that reflects our inner peace, a space where we can thrive. It's also important to remember that our home is a reflection of the energy we bring into it. If we are constantly stressed, anxious, or unhappy, that energy will seep into the walls. But when we are mindful, when we cultivate joy and calm, our home will mirror that energy. This is why Buddhist teachings emphasize meditation and mindfulness in all aspects of life, including our environment. When we take time to center ourselves, to breathe, and to meditate, we begin to shift the energy in our space. This doesn't mean you need to meditate for hours every day, but even a few moments of stillness can have a profound impact. Simply sitting in silence, observing your breath, and being aware of your surroundings can help clear the energy in your home. This practice allows us to connect with the present moment, which is the true essence of Buddhist philosophy. At this point, I want to take a deep breath and think about your home. Visualize the energy in each room. Is it vibrant and uplifting, or does it feel heavy and stagnant? Take a moment to acknowledge the energy that you've created in your space. What needs to change? What can you shift to make it a place of true peace and happiness? Remember, living with intent is not a one-time task. It's an ongoing practice, one that requires patience and mindfulness. Just as the Buddha taught that enlightenment is a lifelong journey, so too is the journey of creating a home that nurtures your soul. Every day is an opportunity to make small changes, to be more mindful of what you keep, and to clear out the clutter that no longer serves you. As we wrap up this journey, I encourage you to continue this practice in your daily life. Look around your home and ask yourself, what is serving me? What needs to be released? And what can I invite in to create a space of love, peace, and clarity? Let your home be a reflection of your highest self, a place where you can rest, grow, and live with purpose. In closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude for joining me on this journey. I hope that you've gained valuable insights that will help you create a space that supports your path to happiness and peace. Remember, every object, every item in your home is a reflection of your energy. Live with intent, and let your space be a sanctuary that nurtures you and all who enter it. Thank you for being a part of Wisdom Writings. I encourage you to continue the practice of mindfulness, not just in your home, but in every aspect of your life. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And please drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you. Let's keep the positive energy flowing. Comment Namo Buddhi below and carry that positive vibration with you wherever you go. Be well, be peaceful, live with intent.